What do you mean?
I'm reading. 26 people reveal the weirdest things they've ever heard or said during sex, and this one's
The pancakes one?
haha, you look like Hitler when you lick me.
What a tough to hear. One was this girl from a one night stand sang the happy birthday song.
That's what I'm reading here.
I read some of them.
Don't worry, it's been 48 hours since my last outbreak. Oh.
Brian, you want to see something pretty magical?
Did
Watch this, Brian.
You already know I ran out of dick.
Doom.
Aww.
Hold tight.
Yeah, it took 7 months, and
This is a Magikarp evolving into a Gyarados.
yeah.
I hope this is our
Or
intro.
Eurodose.
I should turn the volume up, huh?
So I think some people say Gyarados.
I say Gyarados.
I don't know.
I think I always say, that's cool.
1862.
That's a good move.
Hydro
Seth.
pump, too. That's
Yeah.
the main one.
I looked it up. I think that's going to be good.
Nice. What's your Pokedex at?
For what?
Just overall.
Well, they keep track.
Dude,
of it
how
now.
big did you make your thing?
What?
He made his thing real big.
Like, you can hold 750 of them?
I bought 3 or 4 in the last week because
Why don't you get rid of some of these low-level...
these are all wondrous ones.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
While they're
It's
talking,
half
hello
off.
and welcome to this week's episode of
It's
95
half off right
Nerds.
now?
It's only 100
Nerds
coins
with
to upgrade your Pokedex. Not
Robert
200.
Swampwood, Corey Urkel, and Brian is this week's
and
guest.
considering I play the meta game a lot, I had 900 coins before the.
I was like,
second
it's a
gen drop.
meta game.
Sorry, they refer to it.
Oh, that's cool. For like $1, you get an upgrade?
Well, for 10 coins, I never spent money on the game.
See, I don't ever do... Well, yeah. I don't...
I have 220 coins after buying an egg catcher today. So
You have 6 Pokemon out right now?
yeah, I had 9 yesterday. I lost 5 overnight. But I actually drive to stops and.
What's your... I
Sorry,
want to see
what do you want?
your decks. If I can touch the...
You want me to pull up?
There we go.
Oh.
Oh, dang, yeah, you're up there high.
The only thing I'm missing besides regional and legendaries should be Dragonair, which is now my walking buddy.
Okay.
I have a dragon.
Are these the... These are the middle ones.
Legendaries.
All right.
Gen 2 is not crazy.
You've seen a Slowking? You have a Steelix already?
Yeah, I got I had enough candies. I saved Onyx candies forever.
But do you need a thing?
Yeah, and I got it day 2.
Oh, okay.
So it's 1 in a,
Do you have enough
100.
to get a Scyther? Or a Scizor? Scizor?
I don't think so,
I
because
have enough, I just need the steel.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever caught... I've caught like 2 in the wild. I've hatched a couple.
I had 7.
Scythers?
Anyways,
Yeah.
anyways,
I never see 'em.
anyways.
Oh.
Like, they're just not in this like desert type region.
The nest
Like-
over at mine, we had just all day. It was all Scythers.
Yeah, I would
it's gone
pay
now.
attention. Yeah, it changes up. But like
Now it's Pinsers.
between the Oddishes and
Nobody
the
wants a Pinsir.
Weeping
Yeah, I am
Weeping Bells and like all those grass ones, you never see many around.
I didn't see. I just got a Victor Bell the other day. and
Yeah,
that
like
took me a
literally,
long
I've got
time.
one of those and I've got 1 Vileplume.
If you didn't hear me before, hello and welcome to this week's episode of 95 Nerds. We'll do it real quick with Robert, Corey, and Brian.
We're trying
Since
to play.
we jumped straight into Pokemon.
We're trying to play Pokemon. What
You say Pokemon or Pokemon?
Pokemon?
See, it bothers me when people
Yeah.
say Pokemon.
You say Pokemon?
Pokemon or Pokemon? I don't like Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Pokemon, yeah.
What is the first before
You
you
evolve that?
before you evolve into a Growlithe? What is the Pokemon?
You mean an Arcanine?
Growlithe is what it is.
Oh,
before
Growlithe
it
is the
evolves.
first one. So
Yeah.
what's the?
You mean that's how I say Arcanine?
Arcanine.
I always said Arcanine. I don't know why.
It's Arcanine. You used to say Arcanine.
You really put emphasis on the K.
Well, you could think of it as like arcane or canine. I guess
It's a canine, so you're saying Arcanine.
Yeah.
I swear, if you guys hate Pokemon Go, this is not what we're going to be talking about the entire episode.
How long is it going to take you to get a what do you call it? Bell something. It's
I'm still having. See, the
Yeah.
thing is, like Matt now, the Oddish is my Oddish is my buddy.
Yeah.
So I just loop that.
is that 1 kilometer or 3 for
It's
candy?
I don't know. I haven't even looked.
Oh.
Have you been using the pine berries to get double candy?
Oh, for the starters for Gen 2?
Just any of them. Like anything I don't have a starter for, I use. How many Arcanines do you have? Why do you have so many of these?
Because you would put them in gym.
Well, they were gym defenders for a while.
Holy shit!
This is after I get rid of them.
Dude, I have like one high level of each. That's it. You're
oh,
it's because he
there's-
actually played.
There's some
yeah,
species.
dude, you're setting up franchises.
well,
man.
that's also for prestiging.
Prestiging.
Well, you want...
This isn't Call of Duty.
No,
Dude,
say like...
there's so much science involved in this with Corey.
If you want to take over your own friendly gym, you want to have a Pokemon that's about a little less than half the CP of what you're fighting. That way you maximize, because if you fight with anything less than half, you get 1,000 prestige for that gym. So you want basically one of each type, of the strongest of its type, like spread across. So like Golem's really strong ground. So I have Golem, maybe not one every 100, but every 200
So
or so.
all these favorites are Wondrous?
Or pretty good. Wondrous only really matters if you're trying to get its max CP, because if it's Wondrous 1300 or Crap 1300, it's still the same combat efficiency. Just one will never reach the cap the other one reaches. But more important than that is they all have better moves, good moveset. That's 90% of it. For lower end Pokemon, you want the better moveset. You don't want shit. But now moveset's changed in Gen 2 and it really fucks with my head.
If you don't know what's going on, Gen 2 came out on Thursday, the 16th.
Oh, you do have and a Cloyster. Oh, yeah, you
19th.
said you had all of them.
Yeah.
You don't have a Cloyster?
No, I've never even seen one.
I hatched a Grimer during Halloween double candy, and I was only like 4 candies away from getting it to Muck, so I have no Grimer, technically.
Oh.
I had one. Same thing for something else, I can't remember what. But,
Jeez.
well, for the holiday event, you caught a bunch of pink things, right? I still have
Executes,
250 Execute candies. Where's Rhydons? I just threw away like 10 Rhydons, but
Holy God.
they're my gym holding because they have the highest CP and they're really cheap to make. So they could be 2600 CP and it's absolute garbage. Like, it's fine. They just hold the gym. Blissey.
You are churning.
Blissey is the fucking bomb, dude.
That's why, yeah, all the new gyms have Blissies hanging out.
And you can't even beat a Blissey unless you have really fucking strong Pokemon. I fought a 2900.
380 HP.
Yeah.
Hyper Beam.
And the defense is really high. So I fought a 2900 Blissey, and with 3 Pokemon straight attacking, no dodging, nothing, and they were strong, I beat it with about 10-15 seconds left. At best. I can't remember. So, it's just the time will get you.
Well, so, yeah, Corey has 550 Pokemon.
That was after I cleaned it today.
Oh, that is a lot. I meant like
But, okay.
250.
It's kind of...
But I don't have multiples of anything.
That's not like my should be resting. So, like for Pidgeys. I have all these Pidgeys because I put on a lucky egg and I evolve them. So I have 260 Pidgey candies.
Yeah. Well, that's the best way to evolve.
Yeah. So that means I store up at least
level
like
up.
up to 20 Pidgeys. So 550 Pokemon will go down significantly if I do my mass evolution, thing, which I do once every month or two, whatever.
You say you only have one of each Pokemon?
I have usually, I have like an evolve form and then the smaller one.
Do you care about moves or wonders or anything?
Not anymore. No.
It's just about collecting for you.
Yeah.
So-
I just keep the highest CP one.
So
unless it's really close, and then I'll look at the moves.
Do you even catch random Pokemon on the street anymore?
Yeah.
If you already have it?
Yeah. Just if I'm bored. If I'm driving, which, yeah, whatever. I play when I drive. Then I'll go out of my way. But
It all depends on which the Pokemon is. I mean, sometimes I won't catch ones that are just low-level garbage, but sometimes I will.
Yeah.
I've passed up a couple of Chanseys. I'm kind of mad at it now because I need 2 more to get a Blissey.
Yeah. Well, maybe not 2 more if you use that candy.
No, yeah, I'll probably will when I do that too.
I have a lot of those double candy fruits.
Perfect.
Pineapples, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be great. For one, we're talking about this is Gen 2 episode, I guess.
I used one of those to catch a Magikarp when we were down in Coronado today.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it. Pokemon you won't see very often.
Yeah.
It's way better. But even, do you know if you catch, there's a lot of little changes they never announced. If you catch an evolved version of a Pokemon, you get more Stardust and more candy for it.
Did they do that now?
Yes.
Because I caught a Houndoom and it gives me 5.
Yeah, and if you catch a level 3 one, like we caught the...
Typhlosion.
Yeah, 10.
Shut up. Okay, good.
And
that was a big gripe. I was talking to my buddy Joey about that the other day.
It makes
like,
it
totally makes sense.
I passed up so many Raticates that I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna waste my balls. And then if you double candy with that,
you get like 12.
Yeah.
Or 10.
So like if I caught a Pidgeot, which I wouldn't because it takes too many balls, but I use that candy,
It's 20.
yeah, and that's like 1,000 XP and a half if I'm doing my grind or XP, trick, kind of evolution trick.
Oh my.
Yeah, so that's a cool change, but they never announced it. But it didn't make sense either when I was trying to add up candies till I noticed it.
Have you gotten any critical catches yet?
Yes, I'm trash. I don't know what the odds are, like 1% chance or something. But
Still pretty cool to see.
instead of waiting for the ball to shake 3 times, Robert, it shakes once, and then stars go out. You automatically caught it, no matter what it was.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a way to get it like way. It's just
it's
random.
just
It's just random.
Random.
You hope it happens on something that's really fucking hard to catch,
Yeah.
but chances are slim.
Did you happen to go see John Wick today in the time that I saw you this morning and now?
Like we had a 2-hour break.
Yeah.
No,
Did you see it already?
No.
you want to tell us
That's
a little bit?
unfortunate.
Did you see it?
Tell the audience.
Oh yeah, you saw it on Friday, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw it on Friday.
He's a big John Wick fan.
Big John Wick fan. Corey you don't see his face, he makes this asshole face, and he'll make it as soon as I'm done saying this. But John Wick, to me, he's making an asshole face, is my favorite action series at this point.
Like current or ever?
Ever.
That's
Although, I mean,
Terminator. God damn you.
yeah, you know what, that's...
we've already had this discussion.
I know,
Like,
like Terminator.
what did you put over it?
Incredibles. Can you really say that, okay, there's no way you could possibly like this other great movie?
No. I'm
They're
not,
both great movies.
No, I think you can say that.
I'm openly saying that Terminator 2 is a great movie.
But
So
you
is
like Incredibles
I
more.
like Incredibles more.
Does that mean you like John Wick better than Incredibles?
I like John Wick. I like John Wick 2. Here, I will go up to this. I will put John Wick 2 in my top 10 favorite movies.
Like just personal.
If we're not counting
You put
each,
Incredibles up there.
if we're not counting each Lord of the Rings and Harry
Star
Potter
Wars.
movie as 8 movies, 6 movies, those are franchises to me.
So John Wick is better than Lord of the Rings.
If I'm putting, no, I'm saying it was in my top 10.
Which Lord of the Rings is it better than?
None.
Really?
But I would put, but I'm not saying 3 Lord of the Rings movies. I'm using it as 1.
The Hobbit movies?
I think I enjoyed John Wick 2 better than the Hobbit movies.
Wow.
I
So John
liked
Wick
it.
2 is better than...
John Wick 2 is better than John Wick 1. I would give
You heard it here, folks. John Wick
I
over
give-
Lord of the Rings any day of the week.
I give
Per
John
Robert.
Wick 2 a, I don't do this very often, I give it a 10 out of 10. I liked it a lot.
Wow.
I have nothing to complain about. I want to see it again because I do have,
I can't wait to nitpick this.
Oh, I know.
Okay,
you're
so we'll
fucking
pause the
piece of
podcast,
shit
we'll go
film.
see it, and then we'll come back.
no, I want to see it again too, but because I'm sure once I watch it again, there'll be things that kind of I nitpick. I've watched the first one maybe 3 or 4 times now, and it literally just took everything from the first one and just made it better.
That's a good sequel, then.
It is. It's a sequel that's very rarely, like Terminator 2, better than the first one.
We've had that discussion, right?
Yeah,
Sequels, okay.
Sequels that are better than the first one. I have no complaints. I like all the little like lore stuff, like we talked about with like the Continental being
Yeah.
you can't do any business on continental ground and stuff. It expands on all of that. It expands. The whole movie is based off of. It's not like
This fantasy Hitman universe. or Hitman
but it's not like Taken where it's taken and then she gets taken again and then somebody gets taken again. In this,
So his dog doesn't die this time?
do you want spoilers?
I heard he's going back after his car, which led to.
He's
everything.
going after his car
I
in the first 10 minutes, and that's all it is about the car.
Did he not get it back at the end of the first one?
No, they gave him a gift. The Continental gave him a gift for his stay or whatever, and it was a different Mustang or something. Or maybe it was a different car.
So that plotline was dropped after. Like, he never seen his car again after the beginning?
Well, I don't think he cared as much about his car anymore since they killed his dog.
Okay.
The car, he does go back to get the car, but that's not what the episode's about. The chapter, the movie. The movie is basically, in the first one, the Russian guy says he gave him an impossible task to get out.
Yeah.
Well, it comes out in this one that one of the, it's not the heads, but one of the big guys for the, I don't know if it's the mafia or whatever. He's Italian, I believe. Yeah, his last name's D'Antonio. So he's this Italian guy, and to get out, John Wick signed a marker. And a marker is basically something that a contract you agree with somebody else that you will do one thing, anything they ask. You'll kill anybody they ask you to kill. You could ask them to kill the president, the pope, whatever. And what it is it's this big coin, and the coin flips open, and the person takes their thumbprint and it's blood, and they stamp their thumb in blood, and then when the contract's done, or the marker's done, the other person that gave him the marker goes in the book. The Continental has like a list of people too, and you have to thumbprint.
Okay.
So
No, this is spoilers. This is just setup.
this is synopsis, yeah.
Okay.
So the head of the Italian family, there's a high table of people that are heads of each organization. Mm-hmm. The head of the Italian family dies. They don't go into detail about this. And instead of nominating his son to his spot in his will, he wills it to his daughter. So the son is the one that has the marker with John Wick, and he puts the marker to John Wick to kill his sister so he can have the seat. So he's basically trying to kill somebody that's on the high table of the whole thing, and that's where it's not a revenge thing. It's not.
Wait. So John Wick said he'd kill anybody. Like he made a contract before he got out.
It was part of the D'Antonio guy was part of the reason he got out. Didn't get into specific details about how he helped him get out, but for this marker, he helped John Wick get out. And he even says at the beginning, he says, "I wouldn't have come back if you were retired and used this marker, but since you're back because he killed all these Russian people, I'm doing this marker." It goes more in depth than just even that about what's going on, but that's how the movie that's not how the movie starts. The movie starts him getting from his
So
car.
it's not a revenge flick. It's actually like a job.
Yes.
Okay.
That's as far as I'm going to go.
Here I thought it was going to be, okay, somebody else fucked him over, or a family member of Russian gangster.
There is a family member from the Russian.
Because that's what Taken does, wasn't it? In
Yeah,
part 2?
and it almost seems like that's what it's going to be like
Yeah.
in the first 10 minutes when he's going to get his car, and it completely erases the possibility of that being an option. I even like that. I'm like, okay, they took what probably everybody thought was going to happen and just got rid of it.
Okay. Interesting.
The action is badass. His body count, I think his body count in the first one was around 70 to 80, and this one I think it's around 120 to 130.
You Google it?
Yeah, you can find the body count and how he kills everybody. What I do like that they didn't do in the first one at all, he busts out the piano wire.
And strangle somebody?
Yeah.
Or he does a series of kills with them?
It's not a series. It's
one good one?
It's a good one. But there's a bunch of good ones. I couldn't believe some of this shit.
I haven't seen it, but
okay, like
there's
how
no
you,
Willem Dafoe. Did
No.
they find a suitable replacement?
Not as an assassin, but Lawrence Fishburne kind of took up like a character that may or may not care about him a little bit.
What about that rapper dude?
Common?
Yeah,
Common was excellent.
Was he
excellent. There was.
It's weird I like him in everything he's in.
Yeah, he was so good in that because there's a fight scene between him and John Wick, and it is just. I was like how you were in Deadpool, you couldn't remember how many times like a movie you laughed at that much at it in the theaters.
Yeah.
I can't remember a movie I went to and saw and I was like, oh shit, or like, oh my god, that just happened. It was just like you're watching it, and now you're not even gonna like it. But
I know you can't build it up this much, and me.
when was the last time I've been on this podcast saying a movie was a perfect 10? I have no complaints.
Doctor Strange probably.
Granted,
The last movie we did, I don't know.
Granted, if I see it again, I'll probably see something. And now that I'm telling you how good it is, I'm sure you'll just pinpoint things that you don't
If
like.
you need me to nitpick to bring it down, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to curb your
But since you didn't see
expectations.
since you didn't see it with me, you're probably not going to see it until it comes out on.
Unless you see it again.
I would like to see it again, but since I'm working so much, it's going to be kind of tough for me to see it again.
You're working a lot, huh?
Yeah,
No 4-day weekends for you.
yeah. But that's my John Wick review. 10 out of 10. Excellent movie. Go see it.
Right.
I loved that movie. It was so good.
Now I need to see the first one again because I don't remember very much about it, other than the dog.
Yeah, it's man, I really like the second one a lot. I want to tell you about some more kills, but I really don't want to steal any more from the movie
Yeah.
because it was great.
I'll watch it, then we can talk about it.
But that's my John Wick stuff since nobody else saw it.
What's the deal with this table?
I built this table.
Oh,
Have
did
you?
you?
Have you never seen it before?
No.
Yeah.
Is it just the living room table?
No, it's a gaming table. That's why it's got the fabric on it. So
Oh.
cards are easy to
When we
slide
play
on.
board games, we bring it out. But
What
have
happened?
you never played board games with us?
What happened? Is
No.
the other one out there?
Oh, that's funny.
The little one, the metal one,
You have a card table, don't you?
the poker table.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to bring the poker table in to play board games on. It's a huge
okay.
table.
All right, I see.
I actually figured out a way to sturdy the legs too, because they're foldable legs.
Oh,
I'm
fancy.
gonna cut 4 inches off the bottom and make it a little shorter, and then I'm gonna put those 4 inches and I'm gonna screw them into next to it, so the leg will swing open, and then it won't be able to rock that way, and each one won't be able to rock a separate way, so it should sturdy the whole thing up.
Okay.
I can't attach anything to it to make like L brackets because it needs to be able to fold and go in the garage. Yes, I built a gaming table and we play a lot of board games.
Well, not in a while.
Yeah. Did you bring a topic, Brian?
What? No topic?
I can think of one, but no.
I can see your face. You watch anything recently? Theaters?
I have another
I saw
topic.
Lego Batman.
Lego Batman was really
You took
good.
a talk about that because I didn't see it.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It was funny. I like how they referenced all the previous Batman movies. They referenced all of them.
in Lego.
Yeah, they were...
Like they're different.
they were saying something at some point, and they were talking about the Joker's plans, and they're like, what about the one with the 2 boats? And he'll be like, this is going to be better than the 2 boats.
And I think, who was it, Batman or Alfred? Or no, it was the pilot that Joker was talking to. He kind of raised his eyebrow. He's like, I don't think so. And he talked about the parade from Batman 1. And then
they were like, what about that parade with Prince music?
Who did the voice of the Joker?
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Really?
You know what's funny is I thought it weird that what is it, Rafe or Ray Fiennes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the voice of Alfred,
Not Voldemort?
but not Voldemort. You actually have Voldemort in your movie, and you didn't choose him to do the voice of Voldemort.
I wonder if there's like some legal reason he couldn't. Like
they own the rights to it, the Lego, but they don't.
But they can't get the same voice. If that is the thing, that's interesting. Or if they just want to make it a different tone, so you don't associate
Because
that Voldemort with the Lego Voldemort.
All the villains and stuff were all famous people, like all of them. Mm-hmm.
In the original Lego movie, there were a bunch of celebrities.
Yeah, they had a bunch of celebrities, but I'm trying to see who actually did Voldemort. Voldemort was Eddie Izzard.
Oh, that's cool.
I like how they brought back Channing Tatum
Conan O'Brien was the Riddler.
and Jonah Hill
Yeah.
for
they brought him back.
Superman and what, Green Lantern?
Yeah.
So probably I would say Superman and Green Lantern.
From
but
the Lego movie, yeah.
who did Robin's voice?
Michael Cera. And I didn't even
Okay.
hear it. And I was like, Rosario Dawson was Commissioner Gordon in Batgirl. Commissioner Gordon's daughter. She's still Commissioner Gordon.
Barbara Gordon.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's still...
She's the commissioner.
She becomes a commissioner.
What's the name of the movie?
He retires.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's in
Who
it.
voices him?
Rafi from... that's not Gordon. He's a Scarecrow. Come on, where are you? Doug Benson was Bane. Billy Dee Williams was Two-Face.
That was interesting because he kept doing like the Tom Hardy voice. He'd be like, "We are Joker's reckoning."
Hector Elizondo.
Oh yeah,
I know his face, but
I know him from Grey's Anatomy.
who are those 2 comedian girls that have they're musicians and they have that thing on?
Yeah.
They were the one with the dark hair was Clayface, and the one with the blonde hair was Poison Ivy.
Wait, what
Clayface.
comedians?
So Clayface had a little girl voice, basically.
I don't even remember him talking. I think he just made noises.
Oh, that's funny.
Zoe
Yeah.
Kravitz, Catwoman, Seth
Her
Green,
name
King
is
Kong.
Kate McCucci.
Jermaine Clement was Sauron.
So cool.
Yeah.
It makes me want to watch it just for that.
Adam Devine was the Flash. Mariah Carey was the Mayor.
What?
Yeah. It's like a lot of people. Chris Hardwick was a reporter in it. Lots of people.
Whoever the guys are putting it together, directors, must have a lot of friends. Like
Chris
hey,
McKay, who was the guy in the coffee house in the first one, our Lego Batman,
Mm-hmm.
he was the pilot. So, no, really good movie. Not as good as John Wick 2, but very good.
No, compared to other kid movies, not better than Lego Movie. I
No,
think you said that.
I don't think it was better than Lego Movie,
I
but
have to see it
it's very close.
I'm biased.
So Batman one right now in your head. What
Well,
would you say?
I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm not even gonna say.
The Lego
it just
movie-
looked novel, and I got to see like it had all the movies, and it had Lego animated series, and it had Lego. It was just fun to watch all
And
that.
the intro was funny because it's Will Arnett as Batman, and he's talking about each logo that comes up. He was like, DC, the house that Batman built, and like all this stuff.
Bringing the fourth wall out.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Did DC change their logo back? Because it used to be that D, and then
They've
it
changed
like
it
pulled
quite a
it,
few
and then it
times.
went back to the circle.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Did you see Ninjago trailer?
We saw the Ninjago
Yeah.
trailer.
You excited for that?
No.
It looks good.
At first, I was like, "Oh, who wants to see that?" Then I watched the trailer. And I was like,
It actually looks
that
good.
Looks
I mean,
good.
The thing is the Lego movie came out of nowhere. Nobody expected it to be as good as it was, and it was great.
You're gonna see a lot of these Lego movies.
I'm fine if they keep the quality up to what it is. Yeah, I'll see all of them.
Where would you compare this compared to like Despicable Me or what else came out recently? Zootopia,
like Zootopia, Dory, Kubo.
Yeah, is this even ranked
Moana.
up there?
Yeah.
This too whimsical to be.
All these.
I put it
Okay.
above Moana. I don't know. I don't know if I put it above.
Robert
I don't know if I put it
loves
above Zootopia.
Moana.
The thing is like all these movies are solid A's.
Yeah, it's hard to make. It seems like a CG bad movie because so
Yeah.
much time and energy
It's
you have.
they're all great movies. I mean, they're
But in the hierarchy, does it
Finding Dory might be the weakest out of all these animated movies from this year.
really?
Or from right now we're talking about, because Kubo's better than Finding Dory. Zootopia is probably better than Finding
In
Dory.
your opinion,
Moana's better. You could probably look at the rankings and see, like on Rotten Tomatoes or Metacritic, and see.
I'm stating a lot of people like. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Dory.
I like Moana better than Lego Batman, but I couldn't argue that it's better to anybody else. I mean, they're both really good movies. I think Kubo's better than all of them.
Interesting.
Kubo's definitely worth a watch for anybody. It just being a movie
The
fan, not just
animation
an
on it
animated.
kind of sucks.
The animation on it kind of sucks. I know that
Yeah.
you think it looks cool.
Like the CG they use, it doesn't look very good.
They at the very end of the credits, there's this huge battle scene in Kubo for this like skeleton type thing, and at the end of the credits, they actually show them building it and like next to a human, and it's like,
It's the coolest shit when you
Oh my
see
God.
behind the scenes of those movies.
yeah, because
it just blows your mind and how time consuming that
the
shit
time,
really
the effort,
was.
the quality. I mean,
Like-
it's just really good.
And you have to pre-plan that so well to know the shot for shot, like how many seconds everything's going to take to go with the soundtrack or the voiceover. Like that's just insane. Those guys are crazy.
I do have something to talk about that's kind of it's a little sad, but not many people are going to, not many of our listener. I don't know if I could pluralize it. Listeners would know about it, but Invincible this last week started the last story arc. So there's 12 issues left, and then the series ends.
Oh, I need a third compendium then.
You should just wait till I'm assuming they'll have a book that's like all of
That would
them.
be awesome. But better to die a hero than see yourself become the villain.
Yeah, and
I like the creator decides to end their creation with an actual ending.
when Kirkman started the book, he said he wanted it to go from writer to writer, like a Spider-Man or Batman or whatever. But they said when they talked about it recently that it just made sense to end it with them.
Yeah.
And
I like that better
Yeah.
almost.
so you're gonna get a beginning, a middle, and an end, and they get to end it the way they want to because the book sells well.
Same thing like a show. You want a show to actually have an ending, not just be tossed up another season, same thing. I don't. They could always make another sequel, just make a different character in that universe. I'm totally for that. But
Yeah.
for Invincible,
Well, there actually is. I don't know if it's still going, but they had
Marvin the Martian.
I think it was called Guardians of the Galaxy, and they got in trouble for it. I think it's Guardians of the Globe or something like along those lines. That are a lot of the B characters in Invincible.
That's cool. Pass that along.
Yeah. But yeah, there's 12 issues left. It'll end on issue 144, which will be next February, I believe. So that's a little sad.
The end of an era.
And they do one a month.
Yeah.
It's 12 years. Not bad.
Yeah. Well, there's also a gap in there where they weren't put. I think they put 8 out in a year, and there were some issues in that. But yeah, it's going to be the end of one of my favorite comic series. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I got as far as when the guy like stationed himself on Earth and said, "Well, you're going to leave us here, or
Thrag.
we're going to destroy the whole
Yeah.
planet." That's as far as I got.
That's further than you got.
Yeah, I'd read not even 30 issues or something.
Well, I have 100 issues in hardback if you ever want to read them.
I always collect them at one point. Maybe when they all finish, if I get into Comic-Con ever again.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get into Comic-Con this year.
I got some cheap, even this year. I bought some cheap trades for them. It was like $2, $3, when it's 75% off.
Yeah.
Have you seen any reviews for Logan? Are you done with your topic?
Yeah, I just wanted to make mention of it.
Are early reviews out?
IGN reviewed it.
What did they give it?
9.7.
Wow.
That's fucking amazing.
So
Wow.
yeah, I was like, "Are you serious?" Said it was. Now, to be honest, I didn't recognize the reviewer but said it was.
I don't know.
Very,
This is
very
going to
good.
make my opinion of the movie.
John Wick has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. I just wanted to say it real quick.
God, when you hear good like promotion for a movie or reviews,
It gets you excited.
yeah, and then like a lot of times they can't live up to what you've heard. So I don't want to pretend that when I go to Logan, I'm going to expect anything more than Days of Future Past.
I like Days of Future Past.
No, yeah,
Oh,
that's like
Batman's
the
in a 91.
that's like the
Yeah,
marker.
no. They were going back and forth and back and forth. Right now, Rotten Tomatoes, 59 reviews, 97%
for Logan.
for Logan.
Wow.
What
Is this Will?
is this like this?
Is this going to be Marvel's?
This is like the Avengers, where the Avengers you thought was going to suck when it came out, kind of. Mm-hmm. And then when the
Did you
reviews
really
started,
think the Avengers was going to not be good?
well, do you remember a time like this is weird, early in Marvel where like Captain America 1 wasn't great, like it was fine. Thor wasn't great, and they're like, well, we're going to bring them all together after Iron Man 2, which just sucked. And you're like, well, fuck, dude. Like, what are the odds of a movie with all these characters being mashed in is going to be any good? It's just going to be kind of a weird amalgamation. It's going to be what Batman versus Superman ended up being. Mm-hmm. But Avengers fucking took the cake, man. That shit killed it. Like,
Yeah.
in all levels. Action, writing, directing,
When does this movie come out?
March 3rd.
Oh, Switch Day.
You buying one day up?
That's
No.
Iron Fist Day. Or is that March 10th? No, that's March 3rd.
I don't know.
It's either March 3rd or March 10th. Logan on Metacritic has a 73.
Worse.
Yeah, but still pretty good.
Oh, that is pretty high for that, huh?
That's pretty high for Metacritic.
Yeah.
Right above it is Siphon. Is that your Siphon Filter? Siphon Filter?
Siphon Filter.
Siphon Filter, Logan's
game?
Shadow. 85. Well, I looked on Metacritic. I just typed in Logan.
That was a PSP game.
It's pretty good, apparently. But yeah.
With
It's like,
Time
it's like I played all the Siphon Filters
bad
mostly.
review.
Who? Time?
Time.
I
I was just going to ask this,
I'm
and
sure-
I didn't want to. I didn't want to jump the gun.
What's time?
So easily the best Wolverine out in Logan is the Dark Knight of the Mutant Filled X franchise.
Time Magazine?
Time
Oh,
magazine.
sorry. I think it said
Because
movie time.
people go to Time Magazine for their movie reviews.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Are you like Zoolander right now? Nobody's ever heard of your little publication, the Times Magazine.
Yeah, basically.
They're like one of the most famous worldwide
Yeah,
magazines.
but I'm sure people are flipping through all the important world news articles to get to the movie reviews.
I bet you so. Like,
Yeah.
I know you've been trying to be ironic, but I'm sure it's actually something people read more than, like, I don't want to hear about what happens in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, but you're not subscribing to Time Magazine.
I don't subscribe to shit.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying-
It seems like the people that are subscribing to Time are probably not subscribing specifically for the movie reviews. They probably want
No.
world news.
They probably read it all. I mean, whoever gets print nowadays.
Yeah, they're probably a little old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for Logan. That's the next big movie. We'll probably have to see that in shifts because I don't think Katrina and I can take another date night for that.
Go without her.
That's why I'll probably go with you, and then she'll probably go with Lacey. Corey's reaching his hand towards his book. Corey has developed another game. We keep trying out games over and over again.
This will be fun.
I'll leave him to explain it to you.
Well, it's funny. This is designed probably more for you in mind. I hope Brian can keep up. We always talk nerdy things.
That's what this podcast is about.
Yeah, and I think I know a little bit about things that aren't nerdy, but mostly nerdy. I think I know more facts about Game of Thrones than I do about any politics in the real world. So I made questions that hopefully mirror each other. A fictional question, a question of works of fiction, and to test your knowledge, and then I'll ask something that pertains to
Actual history?
or science or geography or something.
Are we trying to guess if one is reality and one is
No,
fantasy?
I'm just trying to get
Or just guess the answer?
prove a point that I think we all know more about fiction than reality.
Okay, probably right.
But I could be wrong. But I'm afraid some of these fiction questions may be too hard. Like, I think you'll get them all, Robert. But that Brian may get stumped on them both.
After we do this, I'm gonna talk about some tweaks to the jury arguing game that we played a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I just want to remind myself.
Okay. Now these I didn't write these out very well, so
Bear with you.
hopefully I don't fuck the question up and reveal the answer. Okay. I'll just switch back and forth, and if one person doesn't get it, I'll let the other one try. I'm really not going to keep score. It's not going to be.
So what am I like? Am I saying fiction or nonfiction?
No, I'll ask you the fiction and the real one. So, in what land or country, whatever you might call it, did the Battle of Helm's Deep take place? This is for Robert.
Like Middle Earth? Is that what you're talking about?
What country or region?
Rohan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, in what present-day country did the Battle of San Juan Hill take place?
I see where this is going.
Like San Juan. So, are we?
You know,
Am I talking about?
Teddy Roosevelt was famous for the Battle of San Juan Hill. Him and his Rough Riders.
I know about Roosevelt and the Rough Riders.
Where did all these Americans die when they attacked San Juan Hill?
So 7th grade social studies.
Yeah.
I don't like where this is going already because it makes me look stupid.
It's fair because it's like, of course you know
Cuba?
Rohan, like that. Cuba?
Yeah.
That is a good answer. That is Cuba.
Yeah.
You actually knew that?
Yeah. Well, I narrowed it down because I knew it wasn't in like Mexico. I'm thinking San Juan. Where would it be? It's not going to be Spain. It's not going to be Mexico.
Yeah. It was us and the Cubans versus Spain. We're freeing Cuba.
Well, there you go.
Early
Cuba.
1900s.
Are you surprised?
I thought that was going to be one of the harder ones that you would never. Would you have known that, Brian? Were you going to guess it? If I said Brian.
I probably would have missed. I probably would have not said Rohan and said Cuba.
That's funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for the record, I probably don't remember it, but throughout my life, at certain periods, I've been really into history, and I watched a whole program
He's
about
into history, but doesn't remember it.
Yeah, basically.
Well, it's the same thing.
I just like the.
Yeah. You forget
irony.
things after time. I used to be really good.
Well, I watched the whole
math.
program.
I forget that.
I watched I don't know if it was a documentary or a short thing about Roosevelt, and you know what it was? It was on the History Channel, and there was a gun, like Gatling gun. They said that would have been time appropriate for Roosevelt, and they were talking about the Rough Riders and stuff.
Yeah.
So
the Gatling guns back then were fucking
badass.
Godsend. Like you had single fire muskets and
yeah. So is Brian going next, or is it?
Yeah. So I mean,
all right, it's my turn.
Okay.
Real quick, if he can't answer it, can I try to?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right.
Some of these are like vague and some are a little more open. So, what's the name? What are the names of the natives who overthrew Colonel Quaritch and the RDA Corporation in Avatar? The name of the natives in Avatar. I should have just said that. I don't know.
Yeah. You should speak up a little bit though.
What?
You don't have to ask it again.
The names
we heard it.
of the natives in Avatar who attacked the white men.
Robert?
The Na'vi?
Yeah.
Oh, he got it.
I don't know why that just...
And what were the names of the natives who killed Custer at Little Bighorn? What?
Sioux?
Tribes. Yeah. It's one of the one I would accept it like 3 or 4.
What are the other ones?
The Sioux, the Lakota Indians, the Arapaho, and the Cheyenne.
Okay.
It was a mix.
All right.
So
I don't like how stupid this might make me look.
you might get this one. Robert, what are the 3 unforgivable curses in Harry Potter?
Do I have to actually know the spells or just what they do?
Give me the name of them or the spell as you cast
It
it.
was my Crucio, Avada Kedavra, and Crucio's Pain. Avada Kedavra is killing, and there's the controlling one. I mean, is that good enough? It's the controlling.
If Brian can,
It's the mind control.
If
I'm
Brian
trying to
can tell
think
me
of
what it is,
is.
that'd just be interesting.
No.
Do you know the third one?
No.
Crucio, Avada Kedavra, and
It rhymes with Crucio.
does it really?
It kind of ends in the same 2 letters, I think.
Crucio,
Could be wrong. I'm gonna say it and you're gonna say, "Oh, you're wrong, motherfucker."
Avada Kedavra, and I'm really upset that I don't know these. I mean, I know what all the spells do.
Imperio?
Imperio, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Now, can you name me 3 gases off the periodic table?
3 gases?
Yeah.
Like it seems it seems too obvious. Like I'm gonna say something stupid.
There's a dozen gases on the periodic table. Name me 3.
Do you know 3?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that, but
Well,
yes.
if you get any, I mean,
Well, I mean, does is hydrogen a gas?
yes.
1.
1.
Okay,
2.
oxygen, and I don't like this because I mean I want to say stuff.
I wouldn't have been able to get this.
I
wanted a sciencey one.
like
I think you got the 2 most obvious.
How many gases are on the periodic table? Do you know?
Well, I wrote
Said
down
12.
3, 6, 9, 10, 11. And yeah, there's one that falls in the noble gas category, but it was not. It's unknown.
Carbon's not a gas, is it?
It's not on my list, so no.
No. What are the other ones, Brian?
Helium would be one.
Oh,
That is true.
Yeah.
Would you know more?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oxygen, hydrogen, helium.
Now I feel stupid for not saying helium.
Neon's not a gas, is it?
It is.
Neon. Xenon?
Yep.
Boron?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably get it. I'd have to think, but...
What are the other ones?
We got the other ones.
Krypton, argon, radon,
Argon. Damn it.
fluorine, chlorine.
Chlorine's a gas?
Apparently
I should
it
have
is.
said that. I thought about saying it, but I thought I might look even more stupid for saying it.
No, there's no stupid answers.
Chlorine's a gas? I
Yeah.
guess by...
I think
wonder...
this is the chemical, not maybe the product or whatever. I don't know if it's pure chlorine is pure chlorine. I have no idea. Obviously, it's a liquid version.
Well, I'm wondering if it was a liquid. I wonder if they would call it like chloride or chlorate. I don't know. Okay.
I think that's probably a mixture of substances.
Yeah, it's just do isotopes and stuff, so...
Brian's question.
Brian,
Brian's question.
you know Starship Troopers very well?
We just quoted it earlier.
Starship Troopers?
Yeah.
Yeah, well enough.
Okay, so a bug meteor from Klendathu destroyed what city?
Oh, Rio. Wait, Argentina.
Final answer?
Hold on.
You know what's funny is I could see
It's
the
in South
map.
America, I know that.
Yeah.
Argentina's a country.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But it's in Argentina, isn't it?
Yeah. And Rio's in Brazil.
Sir, my whole family was on... Blank.
I can't remember the name of it either, so I wouldn't have been able to answer it. Even though I...
This is one that's going to be flipped, unfortunately, this whole question.
Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
And number 2 is what country is Buenos Aires found in?
Argentina.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I remember
sure how
that
hard
because
that
of my
was.
7th grade Spanish teacher. We learned how to do the capitals and the countries of every South American. So I was going through my head.
Bolivia.
Buenos Aires. What?
What's Bolivia?
Dude, I don't. I'd have to start from the top of the song. I know Uruguay. I know.
I might know if I hear it, but top of my head, that's Bogota, right? Colombia?
That's Colombia.
Yeah.
Lima, Peru. La Paz.
It's funny we remember that shit.
Yeah.
From 7th grade.
No, La Paz is Bolivia.
You know what will surprise you is if you're walking around with somebody that's recently been to school, like if you're walking around a museum or something, and they're like, oh, this and this and this, and you're like, I haven't thought about that shit for fucking 20 years.
You learn shit you never use, they tell you were going to.
Yeah.
Have you done trigonometry lately, Robert?
I never made it to trigonometry. I never made it to...
In algebra, you had to take, cosine, sine,
Yeah,
whatever.
I guess you're right.
I like that meme that talks about, I'm glad I learned trig now because
And
it
not
helps
how-
me during trigonometry season.
Yeah, not how to do taxes, which they should teach in school.
Yeah.
Robert,
I don't like this.
what is the name of the underwater sport in Final Fantasy X?
Blitzball.
Yes. Now, what is the German word? It's a term. It means lightning warfare.
Blitzkrieg?
Yeah.
good
That's
stuff.
I like the connection there.
Yeah.
I won the Blitzball tournament the last time I went through Final Fantasy X.
Oh, the remaster?
Yeah, I didn't even know you could. Like, I thought you were supposed to. Like, you know in some battles
In
in
the
video
beginning?
games you're supposed to lose?
Or
no,
just-
when you go back to the city for the first time and Walker's playing in his last tournament. I won. You get something special. I can't remember what it was.
I think you get Waka's final weapon if you do that.
But yeah, I did that. Very happy with that.
What's the name of the Japanese monster that destroys Japan usually?
Godzilla.
Yeah. And what's the name of the leaking Japanese nuclear power plant that's going to destroy Japan?
That's terrible.
Leaking right now?
It's still leaking.
It's still fucked up.
I don't know. I can tell you the 2 cities we dropped the A-bomb on. I can't tell you the
one that's
name of
gonna
this.
destroy-
This is the one that the typhoon hit,
Yeah.
and then the guys went back. And,
Tsunami.
yeah.
2011.
Tsunami, sorry. Dude, some of the videos watching that were just insane.
Yeah. Do you know the name of the power plant?
I can't remember the name of the plant.
Fukushima.
Fukushima, yeah. It was in my brain somewhere, but I can't remember.
All right, Bobby.
Okay.
Neo saves who from Agent Smith?
Which time?
First movie.
Morpheus? Or are you talking about...
That's Morpheus.
Okay.
Now, in Greek mythology, Morpheus is the god of what?
I...
Luckily, you're not Brian.
It's not the Forge, right?
No, that's Hephaestus.
That's Hephaestus.
Festus, yeah.
Um,
Thank you, God of War.
Yeah. If you played the PSP God of War, you might know Morpheus.
I don't know. What is it?
Dreams.
Okay. No, I should have known that because I'm fucking reading Neil Gaiman's Sandman, and Morpheus is the name of the fucking. I think he's the name of the King of Dreams.
You should have guessed that.
I think. I've only read the first 2 books, and I haven't read it since I was in Florida.
Okay.
I hope this isn't one of your questions, but one of the facts I liked is that Ellen Page's character in Inception, her name is Ariadne, and Ariadne is the Greek queen of mazes.
Nice.
I never heard that at all.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That's freaking. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's like a Harry Potter name. All her names mean something.
Yeah.
I like that.
Dude, she's sorry. She's been ripping up Twitter.
Yeah.
a lot. I love it.
Even for like years,
She's
But just recently, with everything going,
Yeah.
the election stuff, she's tearing. the
she's very smart. I mean, very quick-witted.
she has the best like little quips. Like
Did you see the Pierce Morgan thing?
Yeah.
I did not read that whole Twitter exchange.
It was pretty good. He just kept talking shit, and at the very end, Piers Morgan's son puts his arms up, and he's got a tattoo of the Deathly Hallows on his arm.
She responded with something about about sucking up to the biggest bully in school is getting burned alive because the fat kid fell into the fire at the end of that wasn't the last movie. It was
What are you talking about?
What fat kid fell in the fire?
When they're climbing out.
Malfoy lights the room of requirement on
Yeah.
fire.
Oh,
one of the guys
yeah.
falls in.
I forgot.
Yeah,
The guy that lit the fire, he's the one that fell in.
yeah, because his wand was all messed up. I think it's
What were their names? Crab and
Crab and Goyle.
It was Goyle.
but one was in the movie
Didn't
because
Goyle get arrested?
Yeah.
They
That's
could-
why one of them wasn't in it anymore.
which is weird because he was in 6 movies or something.
Yeah.
But,
Brian?
Brian,
How many more of these do you have?
there was like 20 or something.
Really?
Around like
Oh my
8.
god.
Brian, this is not a question for you. I'm actually gonna.
All right, give it to Robert.
I'll
Did you write it specifically for me?
We can make it a dual question. Go ahead.
it's gonna be Lord of the Rings.
Just dual it. Just go. Just answer.
Well, if you can't answer it, I'll answer.
That's fine. Place these in the right order. Which happened first? The Battle of Pelennor Fields, Helm's Deep, Osgiliath, and the Black Gate.
Robert.
What? Say that again?
Place these in the correct order
Okay.
chronologically. Which happened first? The Battle of Pelennor Fields, the Battle of Helm's Deep, the Battle of Osgiliath, the Battle of the Black Gate.
That's not in the right order?
No. Or if it is, tell me. Just say them out loud.
Say the Black Gate was after Osgiliath, because Osgiliath was the city before, in Return of the King, they got attacked before they attacked the main city. So those two are in the right order.
Okay.
Isn't Pelennor Fields the one that's like the ancient one, the bog?
I don't know if I should give hints. 'Cause that's half of it.
Pelennor Fields. Where would Helm's Deep was at the end of the second one. Osgiliath. Where the hell is Pelennor Fields? Oh, I wonder if it's at the end of.
It's funny. I can't say.
No, I know. I wonder if Pelennor Fields is the end. It's where Aragorn gets attacked by the Uruk-hai. I'll say Pelennor Fields, then Helm's Deep, and then because there's no way you would have put them in the correct order to begin with. So Pelennor Fields, then Helm's Deep, then Osgiliath, then Blackgate.
Final?
Yeah.
No.
You put them in the right order?
That was the order I had them listed anyway. Pelennor Fields is what they call the battle on the ground outside of Minas Tirith with Rohan's charge
Really?
with the elephants. That's Pelennor Fields. So it goes Helm's Deep, Osgiliath, Pelennor Fields, Black.
I didn't even know that was considered a battle. Okay.
What?
Oh, you mean before?
The charge of Rohan against the
okay.
Oliphants?
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, that was a battle, dude.
Yeah, that
Basically
was.
like the biggest one.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that would have been called Pelennor Fields, but I guess it took place in front of the...
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Which is funny, I know what the Osgiliath attack was, but I didn't know what the fucking Pelennor Fields was.
Yeah. And how place these in the right order. The Vietnam War, basically it starts really early on, but where the Americans got involved. So Tet Offensive, Vietnam War type thing. Grenada, Korean War of the Bay of Pigs. Which one happened first?
Hold
Brian.
It's
Okay,
hard
hold
because
on.
you're giving us 4 options, and we kind of have to try to remember them.
So the Vietnam War, Grenada, Korean War, the Bay of Pigs.
Well, Bay of Pigs is what, in the 80s? Vietnam was in the 60s. Yeah, it's in Cuba. Unless that was in the 70s. Grenada, I don't even know.
You gotta assume that that.
Korean War must. That seems early.
Well, here's the Bay of Pigs. I mean, when I was born was 84, and that was Reagan.
It was
And
around.
The Bay of Pigs was with.
Well, Bay of Pigs is. I'm thinking of because in First Class, that's what they were.
They were 70s.
Okay.
That's a.
So Bay of Pigs.
See, I'm forgetting.
You're using picture the.
No, I'm not. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about when I was born and when who the president was, and before that, it was JFK was. Wasn't he with the Bay of Pigs? It was after the Cold War.
I
I
like
thought we were
this.
going to say Cold War too.
I like this a lot.
I don't know what because how stupid I look.
No, just because you guys are trying to figure it out in different ways.
I'm not answering this
well,
question.
well, Vietnam's in the 60s. The Korean War has to be before that. I'm gonna say Korean, Vietnam, Bay of Pigs, Grenada.
Would you concur with that, Bobby?
I'm not answering this one.
I will say incorrect.
Okay.
And slightly or whatever, but you have no guess, Robert?
Did we flip?
No,
did
'cause
we
I
flip-
wanted to look at
Did we
one.
flip Bay of Pigs and Grenada?
No, it goes Korean, it's right, 50s. The Bay of Pigs happened before we really put a lot of troops in Vietnam. We had advisors over there and stuff.
Really?
But the Bay
Oh, I
of
was
Pigs,
way off.
So that must have been late 60s then.
JFK got assassinated, and then Lyndon B. Johnson sent troops to Vietnam, his vice president, and then, what's his name? The guy who got impeached. What's his face?
Nixon.
Nixon, and that's when the Vietnam War was really hitting its stride.
So Forrest Gump did not really work.
Help you?
Yeah, at all.
Yeah. So in that way, the Vietnam War was next, and then Grenada was the 80s.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not-
I got Korean right.
I'm not
I
going
got
to try to
Grenada right.
pretend that I know a ton of stuff. Like I'm much more informed about stuff. I like to read up on stuff that's going on now, so I don't seem stupid about current events.
This is not to make you guys look
No,
stupid.
and that's why I don't mind. I mean, I don't try to make comments on stuff I'm not, well read on. So obviously, these aren't things I would typically talk about.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
I don't mind being made fun of a little bit.
This one's for you, Robert. Just give me, preferably not ones we've talked about already. Name me 3 spells from Harry Potter. Maybe the casting, how you please.
Petrificus Totalis, Expelliarmus, Silencio. I mean, we can go on and on and on. Wingardium Leviosa.
That's good.
Do you still want me to keep going?
No,
Okay.
name me 3 prepositions.
Prepositions?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
I want 3 prepositions. That's a type of word. Just any 3. There are thousands to choose from.
I like how he's totally dating.
I know. What's a preposition? Like,
Any 3.
can you give me the definition of a preposition?
No.
Then I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh, Brian, you name me any prepositions?
The and an it. The and an or.
I think and an or are.
And or an if.
I'm not sure if they. I
Well,
think
unless
there's
you
something
have
else.
all 1,000 prepositions listed there.
It's fine. If you said of, I know of is, but I think the other ones are something else.
And or an of.
My high school English teacher would be screaming at me right now
Why?
because we still talk on Facebook occasionally.
Oh. I remember somebody explained it. It's like anything a squirrel can do to a tree. So it went around a tree, up a tree. All those words, up, around, through, prepositions.
I could
But
tell you.
there are a couple oddballs, like of is a preposition, but I think
I don't mind looking stupid, so it doesn't bother me. English is not the best
I'll
thing in my arsenal.
It's taking a while to find it. But, okay.
Let's keep going because we're at an hour
Yeah,
almost.
we'll speed through these. So,
Ryan,
this
yes.
is worded horribly, but I just want. Eddard Stark.
Fail.
Yeah, I did. Skip it. Okay. Captain Kirk and Captain Picard flew what ship?
The Starship Enterprise.
Yeah. And what
You're
was
very quiet.
what was the name of the first Russian satellite that got launched into space?
That is not the right answer I'm thinking of.
You want to steal, Bobby?
Yeah. Yeah. Higher. Okay.
Is it Sputnik?
It is.
See, I was thinking Spetsnaz, and I was like, that's not it.
That's Special Forces.
Okay, that's cool.
Robert, what's the name of the Emperor in Star Wars?
Palpatine?
Yeah. Name any other Roman emperor besides Caesar.
Aren't they all Caesar?
That's Julius Caesar.
So give me any other emperor.
You know what sucks is I was into all this stuff for a long time, but it's one of those things that's fallen out of my memory. Thank you. I don't know, and I feel terrible about it.
You have any?
Augustus.
Yeah, Augustus, Augustine, Tiberius. There's a bunch of them. If I looked at a giant list, there's thousands of them, or hundreds.
I should just pick the name.
You should have said any Roman name. I would be like, okay, you got it.
Is that it?
No, that was a little more than half.
Okay, well let's keep going.
Okay, we'll make it fast. According to Jurassic Park, Brian, T-Rex can only see you if they detect what?
Movement.
Uh-huh. And according to science, what period did the T-Rex exist in?
Cretaceous?
That's right.
That's what I would have said.
Really?
Yeah, because it's the first, and that eyesight thing is bullshit.
Yeah.
The movement thing.
A lot of things are wrong. It's not a scientifically accurate movie. Robert, who was the Minister of Magic during Voldemort's rise to power? Second time.
Cornelius Fudge?
Yes. Who was the President of the United States during Hitler's rise to power?
Eisenhower?
And during World War II, I should say. Final answer?
Yeah.
No. He was a general. Brian. He became president 2 terms later.
Okay.
First Roosevelt.
Which is?
I don't know.
I need the first name.
I don't know. I know one.
What's Roosevelt? Do you know?
Dwight.
That's not any
That's
Roosevelt.
Eisenhower.
Wait, what did I say? Roosevelt?
Yeah.
Oh, Teddy Roosevelt. That's the second one.
That's the first one.
Oh,
the Rough Rider.
Teddy Roosevelt.
You're wrong. It was Franklin Roosevelt.
Oh, Franklin.
Nice.
Roosevelt.
Served more than 8 years.
I was close enough.
What?
Franklin Delano Roosevelt? Is that his middle name?
His wife's name was Eleanor.
No, Franklin
Delano.
Delano.
It's not
Or it might
Delano.
have been
It's
Delano.
Delano. It's
Delano.
Delano. So there's no R on it.
This is kind of a dumb way of asking.
This is Brian's question, right?
Is it? Okay.
No, I had the... Wait.
I just answered
I had
the
Okay, in the movie,
Cornelius Fudge one.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
the fiction on this is just dumb. In the room, Lisa's mom is diagnosed with what?
Oh, God. This made it into pop culture.
Cancer.
Yeah.
Specific. No. Isn't it
Okay.
specific?
I just wanted the
Did
word
she
cancer.
say breast cancer?
I don't remember.
It's definitely cancer.
But leads me to another thing. What is the circle of latitude opposite the Tropic of Cancer?
What? Like,
You know, the equator?
yeah.
And then a little further, I think it's down, is the Tropic of Cancer. A little further up is the what? It's a line of latitude.
Tropic of Capricorn.
Correct.
Did you just go off of astrological signs?
I maybe. I don't remember. It was...
You don't know that?
It's probably a mix
Those
of
don't even
both.
ring a bell at all?
No.
You had to learn it. It's like they both like ring a bell.
I just couldn't... Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. It just
Yeah.
sounded like it
Good.
went...
Robert, what is a Star Wars planet with 2 suns?
Tatooine?
Yeah, Dantooine would have worked as well. What is a planet in our solar system with 67 moons?
Jupiter?
Correct.
I don't think any other planet could support that many moons. It's so
Saturn's
big.
pretty big. I mean, how many moons does Saturn have?
know.
Thanks for the answer, Corey. No, who's the idiot?
Whose question?
Mine.
Brian's.
The Ghostbusters use ectoplasmic slime to move and control what? In the second Ghostbusters movie.
The answer's not ghost, is it?
No.
Hold on. To move and control, it's the pink stuff.
Yeah, the slime.
They're using that to move and control.
Something.
You're figuring it out in your brain. You're just working it out.
I'm just trying to think of...
You love.
I'm trying to think of the movie.
Vigo.
How dare you, Brian? This should be like a snap one
I move and control... Like, is it a person or a thing?
thing.
You can't give hints.
If
The Statue of Liberty.
You have a statue
You said
of
I don't
Liberty?
know.
Yeah.
I don't
The
remember.
Statue of
Remember
Liberty?
that?
No.
They got him a
It
Statue
walks
of
down the
Liberty?
street.
I don't remember at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
What's the next?
where was the Statue of Liberty built?
Paris. Or France.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so you mean Owen Wilson's face?
Did you think it was smaller when you saw it?
It was really far off. So
Oh,
I mean,
I-
I thought it was closer.
You didn't go to the island?
No.
Okay.
Because the kids couldn't go in it. You have to be over a certain age to be able to go up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, when Lacey and I went, we went on the island, but we couldn't go inside. They were doing renovations. But it was like it's smaller than I
It's
thought it was.
way further from the water than you think it is.
Yeah, it's like a 20-minute ferry ride.
Wow.
It's out there.
Robert, what is the name of King Aragorn's father?
Arathorn?
Yes. What is the name of President Trump's father?
Fuck, that pisses me off because I've read it probably 100 times. I can tell you where his mom's from. It's not the United States. I don't know his dad's name. He's not the oldest of those kids either, so it's not Donald Trump Sr. He's not a junior, I don't think.
No.
Wait, what is the president's father's name?
Yeah, what's Donald Trump's father's
Oh,
name?
You
know Arathorn, but you don't know
Andrew?
I'm not gonna learn I'm not gonna learn it, so I don't care.
Frederick.
Yeah.
Brian. This is like so particular. Lord of the Rings. Between Minas Morgul and the Black Gate is what?
What is Minas Morgul?
A razor-sharp labyrinth of
Razor-sharp rocks?
rocks. As far as the eye can see.
And after that...
Mount Doom.
Incorrect. Bobby?
Say the question again,
What lies
so everybody
between
can hear.
Minas Morgul and the Black Gate?
Minas Morgul and the Black Gate.
For miles and miles and miles.
You just want the name of the place?
It's the swamp.
There's a name for it.
It's with all the dead people in it.
You got one of the words.
Swamp of the Dead.
No.
The Dead Swamp.
Close.
The dead.
Dead marshes.
Dead Marshes. Okay.
Okay. What body of water lies between Iran, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Russia,
The Dead Sea.
and Azerbaijan?
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan.
Dead Sea?
No.
Oh. Salton Sea. No, that's Utah.
Is there,
Red Sea.
no, and no.
The Mediterranean.
No.
What is
Wait,
it?
hold on.
Are we just gonna keep going?
If you want, if you guys got more body
It's
of
not
water.
the Dead Sea or the Red Sea?
Is there such a thing as the Dead Sea?
Yes.
Like a big
Wait.
one?
Oh, maybe I'm thinking Dead Sea Scrolls.
I'm not looking it up.
You looking Dead Sea?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is a thing.
Is it Salton Sea's in Utah?
Yeah. This one's by Russia, Kazakhstan.
See, the Dead
Iran.
Sea is where you can float on top of the water. The salt. Yeah.
And that's Salton Sea.
I don't know.
It might be the same thing.
Persian Sea.
What's the answer?
Close. Caspian.
Caspian.
Oh, okay.
Like the prince.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have linked
I
those
was thinking
questions
about it,
together?
but would you guys have known any?
No.
Whose question is it?
Robert.
Is it?
Yeah, because you answered.
Okay. We got to speed through these now.
We got three more. Between the North and Dorne lie 7 kingdoms. Can you name me one?
No. The North and Dorne.
I'm glad you asked him this question.
This is Game of Thrones, correct?
Yeah.
I don't know all this stuff is what. The North and Dorne.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like, it's been a little while since I've watched or read Game of Thrones, so I'm trying to think of any fucking man, that pisses me off because how many are there?
I count like 7. If they're split into territories, it's kind of like call it the 7 kingdoms, but there's more than that. In a
See,
way.
but I mean,
There's only one king. They used to be split,
like, so like,
but now they each have like a territorial ruler.
Casterly Rock is actually a castle, right?
Yeah.
Or is that
It's a castle, and they rule over the. I don't know if I could say it.
you can't say it because that's
It's a section of land that he has
section of land.
dominion over. He's like greater lord.
I can't think of any right now.
There are the Iron Islands, the Westerlands, the Riverlands, the Vale of Arryn, the Crownlands, the Reach, and the Stormlands.
Yeah, I don't think I would have got that.
How did you get into knowing so much about this? Just by reading the books?
I read all the
Other
books.
stuff.
But are you like studying this, or you just read it and just hold on to it?
We talk about Game of Thrones, like just that.
Yes, Game of Thrones.
Oh, I reread the books a couple of times. Like I read the first one like 3 times. So
And there's all kinds of short stories that have to do with history and stuff.
and I've rewatched the show all except the last season more than once. So between all that, it's just
Stuck.
yeah.
Okay.
all right, next question for Brian.
Well, no, this is a real version of
okay.
it. Between Mexico and Panama lie 6 countries. Can you name one of them?
Between Mexico and Panama, all those little
Yeah, there's 6 countries. Can you name one?
geography is not my strong suit. Neither is the history of wars and English language. See, it sucks because now that I'm trying to think, it's just everything escapes me.
Yeah, that's fine. It's like all the names you'll recognize. Like you can be like, oh, well,
Brian.
fuck.
Go ahead.
Peru.
No,
No,
South America.
that's
Bolivia?
further. That's further
South
as well.
America.
This is Central America, correct?
Yeah, we're in that zone nobody really cares about.
Honduras.
Correct.
I was going to say, that's got to be one of them.
Yeah, that's one. I'll tell you them all. But
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us all.
Guatemala, Belize, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica.
All right.
Okay.
Last two questions, because we got to end this.
Okay.
There's an elephant down the street.
That's for Brian.
Yes.
What's the mountain range that separates the Arnor and Rohavian with Isengard at the very south of it? It's a big mountain range, Lord of the Rings.
Robert.
I don't know.
It's the biggest one. It stretches north to south.
The Misty Mountains.
Correct.
I thought that would have been too obvious of an answer.
That's what's labeled on the map.
Okay.
Misty Mountain. What's the mountain range in South America separating Chile and Brazil?
Andes.
Correct. A lot of South American things.
Nice. Last question?
Robert, what's the nightclub that Indiana Jones escaped from being shot?
The Obi-Wan.
Yeah, the Club Obi-Wan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Robert, what's the name of the gay nightclub in Florida? Like 29 people
God,
got
man,
shot?
why you gotta ask that shit? I knew that was gonna happen.
The Orlando nightclub?
I know.
Yeah.
But
Is it Rain?
No.
What is it?
Pulse.
Pulse.
Like, but it seems like it was a really high, and then you just, just, I don't know. Anyway, it was
both
a
were
good,
shootings.
okay, it was a good game. Yes, let's. Yeah.
So we're between this week and next week. We are going to do Oscar picks, and we are going to do an episode after the Oscars with our Oscar picks, and we're going to add up points and see who did the best at picking Oscar winners. But right now, that's about it. We got to come to an abrupt end. So that's this week's episode of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel, and Brian Pasafili.
Goodbye.